So guys, now anytime I personally make a video on this channel, or anytime that I'm prepping for a video, I never know the exact title that I'm actually going to title any of these videos that I'm making. But for this specific video that you're watching right now, I'm assuming it's going to be something that's probably going to make a lot of people out there mad, probably going to make people think that I'm crazy. But guys, take a step back, because if you've never been on this channel, everything that I say on this channel is straight facts. I know what I'm about to say is probably going to make a lot of people mad, and it's probably going to make me sound a little crazy, but trust me, clip this video, do what you need to do. I do not care. Like I said, everything I say on this channel is facts. But 6'9" Emoni Bates out of Eastern Michigan, I genuinely think he might be the absolute biggest steal in this up and coming 2023 NBA draft. Now, during his most recent stint in college, Emoni Bates played for Eastern Michigan and averaged about 19 points a game, 6 rebounds, 2 assists on 40% shooting from the field and 33% from 3. Now guys, I promise these stats that I just read off, you have to take with a grain of salt. And I know to some, the 40% may not be too impressive, and even the 33%, it may not be too impressive to a lot of people. But whenever you take a step back and you really evaluate these numbers and you really dig down and you understand the types of shots that he was attempting to get these numbers, his team situation being the focal point of the offense, how teams defended him and his team, his own personal shot selection. There's always been negative comments about the types of shots that he takes, the step back threes, shooting over double teams, triple teams, like just making the dumbest types of shots. That's literally a negative that people say about his game. And the fact that Emoni Bates still shot what he shot, to me personally, is pretty impressive, at least in my personal opinion. And I honestly feel like it shows you the potential that he has as a player, especially if he was put in the right situation, put with the right coach, the right type of environment. So like I said, these numbers from the outside looking in, it may not sound too impressive, but when you take a step back and you really understand it, to me, like I said, it definitely says something. Now, Emoni Bates is one of the few players that participated in the recent 2023 NBA draft combine, and he was actually one of the 78 players that was actually invited to this combine as well, where they are competing between May 15th and May 21st. Now, heading into this up and coming draft, there was always questions about, does Emoni Bates have the body type? Does he have the play style? Does he have the measurement? Is Emoni Bates a legit NBA prospect? But guys, look at the numbers that he clocked in and the measurements that he clocked in at this NBA combine. Emoni Bates was measured at 6'8" without shoes and 180 pounds. And he also clocked in a measurement of 6.9 feet for his wingspan and also 8.9 feet for his standing reach. And if you take a look at one of the reporters that was actually at this combine, he stated that Emoni Bates had a lot of eyes on him. And he also continued to say that Emoni Bates is definitely a shot maker. He has consistent form and release at each level on the floor, and he played with a good motor, showing some chops on defense. And Bates was also 4 for 9 from the field with 9 points, and was definitely a solid to good showing. It was also stated that Emoni Bates ranked among the best shooters during this entire combine on one of the Wednesday's drills, and he was tied with 8 other players going 10 for 10 from the free throw line in one of the free throw exercises. And finally, he also placed second behind Marcus Sasser after shooting 19 for 25 in a 3-point shooting drill. And they finally ended it off saying that these stats are definitely eye-catching, especially considering Emoni Bates' high shooting volume. He attempted almost 8 3-point shots per game in his recent college run. Now guys, like I said, before this NBA draft combine, heading into college, playing in college, there's always so many mixed opinions about Emoni Bates' game, his play style. Is he a legit NBA prospect? Guys, this is what this NBA draft combine is about. This has all the top players, or mainly the top players, that are heading into the NBA draft this upcoming season. The fact that Emoni Bates was going toe-to-toe with these guys and he was performing, and he was one of the more impressive players and shooters, especially at his size, I definitely think that's going to elevate his draft stock. And I don't know, me personally, it's definitely sounding like he's becoming one of the more intriguing prospects in this coming draft. I honestly think the best comparison for Emoni Bates that you can make for any player in the NBA is a player like a Michael Porter Jr. Now, I feel like a lot of people are going to have mixed opinions about this, but whenever you evaluate it, like I've been saying, you understand that this makes a lot of sense. Michael Porter Jr. in high school was a top 5 player in his class. just like Emoni Bates. He averaged over 30 points in a season in high school, just like Emoni Bates. He also won a state title in his respective state, just like Emoni Bates, and was also the MVP in that game. He also went to college, and he didn't really have the most impressive college career. Yes, I know he was hurt, but just like Emoni Bates, people say he doesn't have the most impressive college career. I feel like for both of these players, the backs are always against the wall. People have negative things to say about their game, questions about their game, and the most important comparison between these two players, in my opinion, is their play style. I feel like Michael Porter Jr., he's always been to be known as a prolific scorer, just like Emoni Bates. I mean, the man averaged 36 points per game in his senior year, but the way he scores the ball, how easy he scores the ball, and how he uses his size to his advantage and his ability to make jumpers all across the floor, that's what makes him successful and the player that he is right now. And I feel like the main reason why he's successful on the Denver Nuggets is exactly what I just said. And also the fact that he was the #1 player, the top 3 player in his class. And to go from that to being the 14th overall pick in his respective draft to being essentially a top role player in today's league. You got to think about a lot of top players in the country that was in high school. If they were to go to league, they want to be the man. They're not willing to accept their role, to have a lesser role, to just be a shooter, to be a 3-and-D guy. And I feel like this is what makes Michael Porter Jr. so successful for the Denver Nuggets. And you can argue that he's definitely a top 3 player on that team behind Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, and I'll probably put Michael Porter Jr. next on that list. So like I said, the fact that he was the top player in high school and now he's willing to be unselfish. He's doing what's best for the team. He's speaking highly about his teammates. He doesn't care. I don't know. To me, he doesn't look like he cares to be the #1 guy on that team. You know, Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray, they have the title. They're the duo on that team. But Michael Porter Jr., he's very unselfish and he's willing to play his role, whatever the coach wants him to play. And he also can protect the rim and play defense. And he's definitely a huge shot maker and can definitely get a bucket any given moment in time if they need him to. And I feel like Emoni Bates can definitely be that same player if he's put in the right situation, if he's willing to be in the right situation, if he's willing to accept his role, if he's willing to lock in. Emoni Bates can be this same type of player for a lot of teams out there, and I feel like a lot of teams need a player like a Michael Porter Jr., and they need a player like an Emoni Bates, a 6'9" guy that can literally get a bucket in any given moment in time. I'm telling you, it's all going to come down to Emoni Bates at the end of the day. And the main thing that I really hate about what people say about Emoni Bates is they try to use his negatives against him. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but people say, oh, Emoni Bates is a one-man show. All he does is score the ball. He doesn't make his teammates better. He's not creating offense for his teammates. He's not making, he's not averaging 5 to 10 assists. He's not, dropping dimes and whatnot. Guys, there's literally players in the league where their role is strictly just to shoot the ball. We got guys like Jamal Crawford, Jordan Clarkson, even a Michael Porter Jr., Lou Williams. There's a lot of different guys where they're literally just put in the game for a quick spurt moment to get some buckets, and I think that's what Emoni Bates can be. So we need to stop saying that, oh, Emoni Bates needs to improve on his, driving kicks and his playmaking ability and whatnot, when the NBA is strictly all about roles. What are you willing to do for your team? And this is what Emoni Bates can be for a team, is to be a guy that can come off the bench or even start, be a rim protector at the same time as scoring the ball on the opposing end. And like I said, that's what a Michael Porter Jr. does. And I think that's what Emoni Bates can do if he will be successful. Now, also on this report, this article that I was reading earlier, it also said that Emoni Bates would prefer to get drafted to teams like the Detroit Pistons, the Charlotte Hornets, and the Dallas Mavericks. And I feel like these teams kind of go against what I'm probably saying throughout this entire video. I feel like those teams aren't championship level teams, at least in this specific moment in time. So I'm actually hoping that Emoni Bates goes to a more higher team, like maybe the Warriors or the Bucks or the Heat, a team like that where he has to accept a team-willing environment. Those teams that they just stated, they're all young, they don't really play team basketball like that. They're kind of one-man shows and whatnot. So I don't think Emoni Bates is going to be successful. I really don't, in that type of environment. He needs to go to a team where he can play team basketball, learn to play a role, and get humbled and really have to work hard for that spot. So I do hope he goes to a better a better team. At least that's just in my personal opinion. I know right now Emoni Bates is not really on any mock drafts that I've been seeing so far. The only one that I've been seeing, the main, at least the high one that I've been seeing, is NBA Draft Room. They have Emoni Bates at number 49. I definitely think Emoni Bates will probably get drafted somewhere in either in the second round or will probably go undrafted. I feel like Emoni Bates, at least in my opinion, I think he's definitely a great player that can definitely get drafted in this draft. He should get drafted. There's no reason why he should go undrafted in this draft. But that's just my personal opinion. I would put him somewhere, you know, in that 25 to 40 range. That's just my personal opinion. I think 49 is definitely too low. But like I said, if Emoni Bates is willing to be that role player that I've been telling you guys about, he will be successful. But guys, that's just my opinion. I want to know what you guys think about Emoni Bates and what you think his draft projection is going to be. I'm very excited for this upcoming 2023 NBA draft. I'm going to be dropping more videos. So let me know if you guys want more videos on the 2023 NBA draft. Your boy Juice is back. More consistent uploads, more all that. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like the video, do all that. And y'all, with all that being said, guys, thank you for watching. It's been an episode of Juice Made TV. Peace.